So, hi everyone, I'm Dianne van Giersbergen. If you cannot pronounce it, that's really okay. You can just call me Diane. And that's also the name of my own project, Diane, under which I will release my very first solo album called Soulward Bound. And the first single is out now. It's called After the Storm, and you can find it on every digital platform. And of course, there's a brilliant music video, and you can find that on YouTube.
Fantastic.
I've been away for 1 year on sabbatical, and actually it was to come up with some sort of form to release this album that I so dearly wanted to have released. But I have so many things going on that just doing it the conventional way, having one album out, and then everyone expects a tour and massive promotion. And, I have another band, I have my jewellery, I do a podcast, I have a private life. I also want to invest in those things. So this, for me, is the way.
Wow, very busy.
Yeah, yes, but I love it. I absolutely love that. As long as it's balanced, and I think this is the way. Yeah.
I mean, the first time I ever heard you was with, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Xandria?
Oh, you're pretty close. Yeah, just Xandria. Yes.
And it was Nightfall.
Yes.
And I just thought, wow. Now this lady can sing, really sing.
That's so sweet of you. Thank you for the compliments. I studied a very long time to be able to sing like this. I've had singing lessons ever since I was 4 years old. I actually received it as a birthday present for my 4th birthday from my parents. Yes, because I was constantly reacting to music when the radio was on or whenever they played music, and my mom was into classical music and my father was into, this old kind of prog. And so there's the combination right there, Symphony prog. And I was reacting to music very strongly. So they said the first option that she has to have musical lessons, be it singing, be it an instrument, we got to go for it. And they did. It was the best gift ever. Wow.
And it's a gift to everybody else as well who listens. So that's a bonus, so isn't it? No, it's honestly, you've got something in your voice that isn't. I know there's a lot of symphonic kind of opera, soprano kind of singers, but your voice is just something else. And you've got such a, I'm not really sure how to put it, but it's so emotional. Your reactions, your emotions, your kind of things that you portray in your facial features, and you put everything into it.
Oh, thank you. That's really kind. Well, I'm I don't know if this is education. I think it's more character. I'm an all or nothing girl. And believe me, there are points where it doesn't come in handy. Like, for example, calling the help desk. Oh, man, you don't want to be the one that answers me if I need something and it doesn't work.
Oh, dear.
But because then it's also drama all the way. But I think in music, it definitely pays off, because I truly believe that it's music and lyric and theater, because I always told my students you have to pronounce and say the lyric as if you are, if they are your words at that very moment.
Yeah.
So not a lyric that you studied. This is what you're going through, and you have to make people believe that, because it's really boring for audience to hear a recital, of a song, and just the lyrics are there, but they're not there. See, it's not storytelling. People have to be drawn into. See, and I'm doing it already now, trying to explain to you. People have to be drawn into what's happening.
It's very expressive.
Find that really important. I love that you're picking up on that.
Yeah, it's so clear from just watching your music videos, the amount you put into that. It's just tremendous. You can see that you go all out. And then the other day I watched a video of you saying that you were releasing the video, and this was a behind the scene kind of video. I think you were walking down a track.
Yeah, down actually a really, really big road, but they closed it off. So it was perfect because there was no traffic. I saw that one of my fans was commenting, like, I can imagine the traffic jam that you've caused, all the cars like waiting in the back, like, oh, is this lady done already? But it wasn't like this.
But it was the enthusiasm you put across from that. And it was just like, you weren't just promoting your new song and your video.
No, I absolutely meant that.
You were really absolutely enthusiastic about it. You were really excited about it.
That's true. It's actually the very last thing that we shot on the day that we recorded the video. And it was a very early day. I woke up at 5 to do my makeup. And this was just at the point, I don't know exactly, maybe 8:30, where you start to lose the light. And at that point we finished, and it was like, oh, it was really tense the whole day. Like, well, not tense in a bad way, but like, damn it, we're late on schedule already. And at this point, we had every shot we needed. And I said to Renee, who was holding the camera, I said, oh, come on, let me do one promo shot. I'll give you one, and that's it. So this is just like, okay, let's try it. Camera on, rolling, and that was it. And he said, you want to give it another try? And I said, no, this is it. This was the take that's meant to be. It's me, high up in energy, so happy that we did the video, and just, you can really see me there, because this. So
there was no rehearsal with that then, Diane?
But you mean the speaking part? No,
yeah. No, that was just from the heart, as it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That just shows your character and your enthusiasm for what you're doing.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's funny because the ones who shot the video, Blackbriar, you must know them as well. They are a fantastic metal band. And they now actually already asked me, can you do our promo videos?
Wow, brilliant.
No, it was just a joke. Just like camera on, Diana says something epic.
That's the way to do it, though, isn't it? But as long as I think if you're talking from the heart, which you obviously did, yes. I think that's when it means the most to the fans as well.
Absolutely. The first fan that you need to conquer is yourself. If you don't believe in what you're doing, then please don't continue. Don't try to sell it to anyone, because it's not pure. It's not from the heart, and it won't go anywhere.
That's very true. You need to love what you're doing yourself, and you need to know that what you're putting out there is what you believe at that point in time as your best, and that you really believe in it. I believe in yourself before other people believe in you. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. You need to create a CD that if no one likes it, you're willing to buy all the copies. Well, you have to. But you're also willing to, because you love it so much. That's what not music only, artistry is all about. At first, it has to be you. Yes. Well, what I was going to say was, I always thought it was going to be hard to top Nightfall as a song. And you've come out with After the Storm.
It's not that I've listened to Nightfall again and think, oh, how can I top this? That's not the way. But I of course tried to create a song together with Joost van den Broek. I really have to say that, because it's not only me. We're doing the songwriting together, and it would not be at this level when I would not be able to work together with Joost, because I have my ideas, and then he says, what if we twist and turn it like this? And that he has some ideas, and that's why he's now working with the huge bands like Powerwolf and Epica.
So who does the writing, Diane? You? Originally?
Together.
Yes. All together. That's good.
This was really a case of, I have this bit. Let's see how they can fit together, and then see where we need to change certain things to make it a bit more interesting, which could be chord progression wise, which could be vocal line wise. Lyrics came later. Although I already knew what I was going to write about, I decided to write them later, to first have a clear vision of the vocal lines. Where do we need to go, and where shall I put what emotion?
And what inspires the lyrics that you're all writing? You're both writing there. What's your
Well, the
inspiration
lyrics
behind it?
are totally mine. That's something that for me I found really hard in Xandria to sing someone else's lyrics, because before I was in Xandria, I already had my own band Ex-Libris, and I wrote
Yes.
all the lyrics. And part of the way I portray music, which we talked about in the beginning, is because they're my own lyrics. And if I sing someone else's lyrics, like also in classical music, then I really need to do some research on what is this about, because I want, to portray them rightly. But yes, this is my lyric. And obviously it's about the break with Xandria. With the whole album, I'm going to take you on a journey towards the point where I am now. But I have to start at the beginning. Yes. And I was a little bit afraid that people would be like, oh, not that story again. And I would even understand. But that's also why I chose to choose the point, after the storm. It's not called The Storm Is Still Going On. No.
No.
It's the moment after, the moment on which you've decided, okay, it's a hard decision, but I have to make it. I have to run, quit, whatever, not continue. And it's the moment after. And I really wanted to share how hard that has been. It was always a combination of, I'm going to pull through. And then at the same time, this other voice saying, what have you done? Like, is there a way back? Should you want to have a way back? I was really conflicted with all kinds of thoughts and emotions. And that's really what I tried to put in there. I
did have a feeling that's what it was about.
Yes. Well, yeah, I think it's quite obvious. There are also some lines which are directed at a certain someone, and will never say who.
No.
But to me, it's like a final, like, how could you do this? Like, break everything up. Yeah. And then comes the thought of how did we end up here? Because it was so good and it was working like an oiled machine, we were having fun. And I think if you look at older photos, you can really see that on stage. And if you look at the photos of the last year, you can more and more and more see, or at least I can see, that people started to be in their own zone, and it wasn't a band anymore.
It's sad, isn't it, like that? But
I can still get very sad about this. Yeah, because I've tried to regroup and to get all, in Dutch we say our noses in the same direction, so we could, but it didn't work.
No.
No, there were also some external factors then involved, and it was gone. The magic was gone.
But you've come out with this new single and obviously a solo career, and from what I can tell, it's going to be a damn good one.
Oh, I hope so. I hope so, yeah.
And you're still continuing with Ex-Libris?
Of course. Yes, because this is my baby, I started the band in 2004, but it's such a different thing because Ex-Libris is progressive metal.
Yeah.
And we've released an album in 2019, and I was very happy with it. I think it's over the whole this discography of albums that I've released, I think this is the one I'm most proud of, because it's just the amount of levels that are in there and the amount of research that I did for all the historical figures that I get to portray. It's just, I poured my heart and soul into that album.
That's brilliant. Well, you do. I think you do for everything, don't you, Diane?
Yes. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, of course. But this album is totally me. And as for the Xandria albums, I am part of the team that put the album together.
Yeah.
So that's the difference is in there. I was a part of the group, and now it was it was of course still a gathering of people with Ex-Libris, but the vision was completely mine. And that again will now happen for Soulward Bound under my own name, Diane.
Brilliant.
I totally lost your question now. But yes, I will continue with ex-libris. That's it. Yes. Because my album will be released over the course of 5 years with 10 songs, and each song will be a single. So 2 singles each year. And then in between, definitely, there will be an ex-libris release. Yes.
That would be brilliant. And your new album that's going to come out as your solo, it sounds intriguing when you've said that it's going to feature artists from the genre.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds very intriguing.
It is also to me, because so far I only know for the upcoming songs, I only know one drummer who's already said yes, but I also didn't yet ask other people. It was very important that for the first song, I got to work with a group of people that are not only very good musicians, but also friends. Yeah. And each and every one of them has supported me in the break that I'm singing about. And it was very important to have some kind of safety net for this first release. Yeah. That they all loved it. I love my song. I had to introduce them to my new sound, and they all were like, I love it. I'm in. So that, it was in steps, because I also had to convince myself, can I do this? Are people still waiting for me? And I think by now the answer is definitely yes, and I absolutely love that. But there's always this chance that people are not waiting for you to return. It could be. So I felt very safe working with people who step by step my network grew larger, and everyone was like, sounds amazing, let's do this. I'm in. I want to work with you. Oh, so I have obviously Joost, who is co-writing and producing, is also doing the keys and the arrangement, orchestrations. And then I have Johan van Straten on bass guitar, Koen Herfst on drums, and Isaac de la Haye from Epica on guitar.
Wow.
You've got it, haven't you? More people say like, wow, but to me, they're friends. So,
yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? They're friends to you, but to us, it is all wow.
Yeah. But there are. Every one of them is such a nice person. Yeah.
But having you come back, and to use a great phrase, is kind of with a vengeance. And it really is. It's packing a punch, and it's almost saying to those people that kind of trip the whole Xandria up, it's like, I can do this, and I'm going to do this. And I will show you.
Well, yes and no. It's, of course, me putting out a solo album is saying, look, I don't need you. I can do this.
Yes.
But on the other hand, I also don't want to say, it's only me that can do this. You shouldn't exist anymore.
No, definitely not.
No, absolutely not. I think we can coexist. Yeah. I'm now going to give a speech that would sound perfectly for like the Miss Universe pretty thingy. I absolutely hate all the hatred in the world.
There is too much.
Much too much. And I really don't want to be a part of it. I really am still sad about everything that happened with Xandria, especially how it happened. But now, it's a totally different band. It's still the name Xandria, but I cannot compare it anymore to the band that it used to be when I was in there, because in front, so the people that you see, but also the people who are working with Xandria, it's a totally different organization now. So it's as much a different band as Epica is to me. And why should I feel offended by a group of people who just want to make music and enjoy that and share it with the world?
Exactly. There's room for everybody.
Exactly. That's the point. Yes.
And it's a case of, don't keep looking back. Look to the future, because if you keep looking backwards, you're gonna ruin your future.
Oh,
so just keep moving forward all the time.
If you're constantly looking back.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna learn from the past.
Yes,
and I'm gonna
exactly.
take it head on into the future. Yes.
And there's no label involved, is there?
No, it's just
that shocks me. That shocks me. That does.
You're not the only one. No, which actually also gives me a lot of freedom.
Yes.
Because a label, I think, probably would say to me like, "Oh, it's great," and what? Over 5 years? No. I now have the opportunity to do it like this. Obviously, if there's a label who come with a fantastic plan and find a way to convince me, then I might throw things around. But so far, I'm really happy doing it like this, and every single is a process in itself. So, for example, I haven't written a note or a word for the upcoming single. Must say that it's also now starting to frighten me because this one's out. So I need to start the next cycle, and I haven't yet because I'm still very much enjoying this. And I have found myself wondering already, do I still have enough time? But that's for next week.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But I need to give myself 1 week to enjoy this.
But you're so enthusiastic. No. That's the main thing.
Absolutely. No, I'm just enjoying this, and who knows with whom I will be partnering up in the future. But like we've already said, first it has to be me, and then other people can join in, as long as they share the same vision. That's very.
I was going to say that, yeah, exactly. And I think the way you're doing it, I know it seems like maybe to the fans or to a label would say, "Oh, that's a long time, 5 years." But the way people listen to music nowadays, and I've spoken to so many bands on it, they don't listen to albums as such. They listen to individual songs. So
I don't listen to albums anymore. Ask me what's on the end of the album for the latest record. I don't know, Powell or Epica. I don't know. No,
because people don't listen like that anymore.
No, and which is such a waste of songs.
Yes, it is. It is, exactly. I mean, I won't say it because it will probably answer me, but you just say to it, play my music, or play this, or play songs by, and that's how I consume music. Except when people send reviews, and I do listen to a whole album. I mean, it goes without saying, you've got to give people respect that if they've sent you something, you listen to it. But relaxing wise, I don't do that. No. I just listen to whatever songs it's putting out that I've asked for, as in a certain genre.
Of course. Yeah. That's also, I love Spotify radio. This is brilliant.
Yeah.
I just start a song I like, and they say, "Oh, you might enjoy this as well." And most of the time I do. And
that's it. You discover new music.
The concept of listening to music. Yeah.
You do discover so many different bands, artists, and things like that. And it's a great way to get new music in and listen to it.
And DJs, they already do it single by single.
Yeah.
And they obviously they release at a much faster pace, so not a half year. Sometimes they're weeks apart. That's not what I can do. But they do single by single. They don't combine them into an album later on, which I am going to do, because I am going to put out a physical album when everything's completed.
Yeah.
Because I know that in our genre, people are collectors and they want to have the copy in their hands.
Yes,
and then it's real to them. So I'm totally going to honor that, but in due time. For now, it's like, hey, I'm back. In half a year, I'm going to be back again.
Yeah, exactly. And we can always look forward to that then now. At least we know you are back.
Yes. Well, and I intend to sharing a lot more, because now I needed to have the surprise factor, obviously.
Yeah.
But from now on, I can say, so I've started writing again. The next song is this and this and this far, and I will much more engage my audience with the process that I'm going in. I'm already getting nervous for the next cycle.
But I always wonder now, how do you find the time? Because obviously to go a little bit on the other way now, for your other project is your jewelry.
Yes, a jewelry and ex-libris and podcast. So how do I find the time? I often ask myself this question as well. To be honest, I have set my alarm clock at 6 a.m. for months and months now, just to be able to get everything done during the day. Because I don't have a label, I don't have a manager, I don't have a publisher.
Everything is you.
Everything is me. It's like, so yeah, I make very long days. But then again, every time my alarm goes off, I open my eyes and I think, oh, yes, there's another day. And that spark is something that I really missed. Obviously, there's also Corona, the COVID pandemic that hit, and no one really had a spark anymore to live for. No. And I really, really desperately needed that. And that's why I had the 1 year break in which I tried to put everything together and make a really solid plan, already work towards that plan. And then we're here. But you just asked me about my jewelry. Obviously, I'm wearing that because there's. I
know it's fantastic, though, isn't it?
Yeah, thank you.
It really is fantastic. I mean, I first saw that a couple of years ago and thought, wow, what a great idea, recycling strings and things and turning it into amazing jewelry.
You know why? Because there's a story in the material already, and why throw it away?
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, I don't know who wore this one. Probably Johan, because he donates I don't know. He can just drive up with a truck full of bass guitar strings. People ask me, is there ever going to come a point where you don't have enough strings? Probably not in the near future. No. So my atelier is like, I totally lost it now. And whenever I start talking jewelry, it's just like, oh, I want to say this and I want to say this and I want to say this.
Yeah, by all means.
Oh my God. But, okay, let me zoom out. Precious Metal Jewelry, yes, which is my jewelry brand for which I create jewelry out of bass guitar strings, and cymbals. I also have some violin and cello strings, but the majority is those three. And they are all donated by bands, so they're used, which means that I can upcycle them into a piece of jewelry. And they are I always say, I don't like the term not famous bands, so I always say upcoming bands and famous bands. And for example, I make bracelets.
They are
it's not really good camera for this.
No, but you can still see that.
Yeah. So this is a golden bass guitar string, and it's actually this is privately owned, so I created just for myself. But I might throw that into my shop because I love the design so much. So that's a bass guitar string. This is a bass guitar string. But I also wore jewelry in the video because I love the sneaky bit of cross promotion there. And this, for example, is the earring that I wore.
Oh, wow.
And that's made out of a cymbal.
Oh, really?
Yes. It's a medieval sword. I think that's what everyone can see. And then I hand cut it. I hand cut everything myself out of a cymbal, and it's brushed with a heavy brush, and then there's some silver metallic paint even on it. I have detailed photos on my website. You can see it much better over there.
Wow, that's amazing.
So that's a symbol, and I also have I'm really stealing your interview here to do a little bit of.
No. That's absolutely fine.
Should I sing the Telcel song? And this is the other piece that I wore.
Wow.
And that's again a bass guitar string.
Wow, it just looks so good.
Thank you. This one is already now on back order on my website because I put it online, and I just only in my stories like, hey guys, if you want the necklace from the video from After the Storm, you can now buy it, and it's sold out. Like, I need to get up even earlier now. But it's on back order, so if people like it and if they want it, then they can purchase one. And the good news is that everything I own from my jewelry, mostly after obviously things like mortgage and food, everything else goes into new music. So it's
wow.
It's one big company altogether, the jury.
That is brilliant, though. I mean, one is helping the other. Well, they're helping each other, really.
Yes, and through music, I'm also hoping, through music and my jury, hoping to give other bands a stage, because the upcoming bands might not be that well known yet. And on my product pages, I have Spotify players, and you can listen to the band that donated the material.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, so you can instantly hear what your jury has sounded like.
Oh, I never thought of it like that.
Yeah.
That is a brilliant way of describing that. Yeah, because you can, and then that's just wow. Yeah, you've got such a great idea, though. I mean, it is really good, and it's like you said, it's rather than them being thrown out.
Yeah.
You're using them again, and they've got a life of their own again.
Yeah, and I've had people who say, we've met one another during, for example, Epica concert, and we're getting married now, and I want to give my now girlfriend, then wife, a special gift. Can you create us a bracelet out of Epica strings? And of course I can. Yeah.
Oh, that's so fantastic. It's such a great idea, and it all blends so nicely together in one. Yeah. Almost a little, it's like well, it is a family industry, isn't it? You've got their business, but it's all molds together so perfectly. The music and then the jewelry, but it's all made from things that to do with the music industry or music. Yes. So that's perfect. That really is fantastic.
Thank you.
That really is fantastic.
I also think that, but it's better if you say it.
Yeah, it's better when it comes from someone else, isn't it? Is there anything else you'd like to mention? Like are you planning to do a concert solo at any point?
I've also had some requests already, even, but with one song, it's going to be a pretty short set.
Yeah, it would be very short at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, for me, it would be really okay. Just sing one song, have a few bands before, a few bands after. And then, no. If I return to the stage, I want to return to the stage with a full set.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a little while still.
Yeah, I hope you do that at some point, and I'd love to be able to get to one of your concerts sometime when you do.
Oh, that would be lovely. Yes,
I'd love to see you live and be brilliant.
Yeah, that would be great. Well, you're invited. Let me know whenever I'm near and we can arrange something.
That would be absolutely fantastic. Absolute pleasure meeting you, Diane. Take care and have a great weekend.
Same to you.
Bye.
Bye.